Jöregelt kívánok, hogy vagy? Jó? Hmm. Boy, start of another day. And I gotta tell you, this this jacuzzi, this jacuzzi feels incredible. You know, to be able to go back to the routine, albeit for a few days only, to be able to go back to the routine of waking up and having a cup of coffee in the jacuzzi and having a soak before you go to bed. Um, that's oh my goodness, it's welcome. But anyway, so what was I gonna say? You know, I can't say there's a whole hell of a lot on my mind today. I'm just kind of soaking it all up, literally. And you know, I find myself trying to. I'm always planning ahead. You know, with things. I find myself. Oh, I'm a planner. You know, some people just kind of go through life and they wing it from one day to the next. But I tend to be a little bit of a planner, and so I find myself thinking that you know I'm here being Ketchum, Idaho, Sun Valley. I'm here for well, what is it, 4 nights, something like that, until Friday morning, and and I'm pulling out and I'm going up to Stanley, Idaho, which I hadn't anticipated doing that. It's a little bit further north, and I find myself toying with. There's a couple possibilities. I met a lady. I met a lady named Christy, and Christy lives in California. She lives north of Sacramento in a town called Roseville. Seems like a wonderful lady. I mean, seems like a really nice lady, and she's my age, and I haven't met her yet. I haven't met her yet. I haven't met Christy yet. We've talked extensively on the phone and what have you, and she's you know, she's toyed with the idea of joining me for a portion of my trip in New England and all that kind of stuff. But I told her probably a good step, you know, a good first step would be to to fly down there and buy her a coffee, so to speak. And I'm toying with the idea. I've done some crazy things for love over the years. Really, I have. I've done some absolutely crazy things for love over the years. And not to say that this would be crazy, mind you. It's because it would get me out of the camper. It would get me out of the camper for, you know, for a few days. And not to say that I couldn't just go get a hotel room, somewhere, you know, along the way and get out of the camper as well. But anyway, it would get me out of the camper and give me a little bit of social engagement, so to speak. So I'm toying with the thought. I'm toying with the thought of going. I'm toying with the thought of going from here up to Redfish Lake. If you haven't searched that yet, you should search it. It's one word: Redfish, Redfish Lake. So I'm going up to Redfish Lake this weekend on Friday, and I'm going to stay there. For all intent and purpose, I'm going to stay there Friday night, Saturday night, and try to have some resemblance of a weekend. And from there, I'm going to go down to Boise. And Boise's well, I don't know if it's the capital of Idaho. It may very well be, but I'm going to go down to Boise and spend a few days there. And as I was getting into the jacuzzi just now, I found myself thinking that it may be a possibility to do a three-way trip. It may be a possibility to catch a flight out of Boise, go down to Roseville, Sacramento, and have a cup of coffee with Christy, and then fly out of Sacramento and go back to Fort Myers and spend the better part of 10 days back home in Fort Myers. and then catch a flight out of Fort Myers. My home in Fort Myers is only 10 minutes from the airport. So catch a flight from Fort Myers back to Boise and grab my camper, and then, you know, I'd be somewhat rejuvenated and go, go back and finish the trip. So that is that's the thing that I'm struggling with right now. But the other thing that I've been dealing with, not dealing with, but the other thing that I've been thinking about a lot is, like the title of my video says, living the good life. A lot of people such as you watching this video, think, gee, Tom, you've got it all. You're living the good life. And, that really is a matter of perspective as far as living the good life goes. And, I got to tell you, yesterday for me was it was a challenging day. When I was on that bike last night doing that video, bike ride last night doing that video, I forced myself to get on that bike yesterday just because of all of the anxiety, that I've been dealing. I like your plans. Yeah. So just, we'll see about it. But anyway, dealing with the anxiety yesterday, I've got a lot of responsibility, despite what a lot of people might think, and not that I have more responsibility or less responsibility than anyone else. I've got a lot of responsibility. I've got a lot of clients that depend on me, and keeping their websites up and running is not always as easy as it may seem. And so yesterday was a real anxious day for me. Just trying to deal with different things, and so don't necessarily always think that I'm just living on easy street, coasting through life, and because that's not the case. But when you think about coasting through life, over the last week, 2 weeks, I've been talking to some people on the phone. And in talking to them, you get the impression that their life is just a constant struggle. You get the impression that just from one day to another, their very existence is just a constant struggle. And you talk to them, and it seems like there's no joy in their life. It seems being solo has a lot of responsibility. I know, yeah, but you talk to some people, and it just seems that there's no joy in their life. It seems that every day is a struggle, and it makes you wonder. It's something that I've always struggled with. Why do some people tend to go through life and seemingly, just have, Ken is a good example. When I stayed with Ken, I mean, Ken is a guy that, he worked hard all his life, he and his wife, he worked hard all his life. He's got, I assume that he's extremely financially secure. He's got a beautiful home. He's living the good life. To look at Ken, there's just no stress. There just seems to be no stress in his life. He just seems to be coasting. And then other people, you look at other people, and other people just struggle. They struggle from one day to the next. And I guess the saying is, life's not fair. Life's not fair. But it's always something that it's always something that I've struggled with. As far as why do some people seem to have it so good and go through life with everything they could need or want, and other people it's just a never-ending struggle for them. And when you go through life and you have what I have, for example, you have what I have, it doesn't necessarily to go through life knowing that other people are struggling as much as they are. it kind of takes a little bit of the joy out of having what you have, if that makes sense. You reach a point in life where you find yourself feeling grateful. You find yourself feeling grateful. You don't necessarily take a lot of joy and excitement out of what you have in life. You just kind of you go through life and you thank God, that you have what you have. And anyway, I don't know if I'm articulating my thoughts. Life is suffering, hence the struggle. Life is suffering, hence the struggle. But anyway, it just I'm just pondering some pon- pondering some thoughts as I enjoy the view. And it is staying here as I turn this around. I mean, look at this setting. Sun Valley, Idaho. Is that beautiful? What a nice thing to wake up to. Just absolutely beautiful. So anyway, on with my day. And as far as Christie goes, down in California, I kind of wonder if when I meet somebody, if I want to have a relationship with somebody, I need to be able to close my eyes and see a future with them. In one way or another, if I can't close my eyes and visualize a future with somebody, then it's kind of like what's the point? But then again, on the flip side, I think maybe I just overthink things too much. Maybe I just have a tendency to overthink things, and I shouldn't be overthinking things so much. Maybe I should just catch a flight, go down to California, enjoy the company of a lovely lady, take her out to dinner, um, have a cup of coffee, go see a movie, um, what have you. Maybe I should just stop overthinking things so much and just roll with it, so to speak. So anyway, all right, I need to get on with my day and let you all do the same. All right, so have a great day, everybody. I look forward to your comments.